right, first let's start by making the circle for the smiley face's head. So I'm using the Doodle pad, but you could also use the green template. There is a circle on there, but I find it easier to fill it in here on the pad, Doodle pad. So I've made my circle, and then I split mine into quarters here. And why I do that is just helps it when I'm filling it in. So I split into quarters. And then if you've watched the basics video, we talked about filling in your object. So again, just going back and forth, real close, stopping and kind of smoothing that out. All right, next I'm going to use the green template plate to begin to make my mouth for my smiley face. You can see there's a bunch of different options you have there, but what you're doing is slowly tracing, filling out that outline. Kind of just pat it down, let it dry. You only need to let it dry for just a few seconds. I usually count to 10 to 15. And then once it's ready, you're just going to pick up the disc and just pop it out. The next step is you can, or you may not choose to, but I chose to fill in my mouth just to make it a little more vibrant. So again, just like we talked about in the basics video, going in and filling that in and smoothing it out. So you can use the filament just like glue. So I put a little dab of filament on the back of my mouth and stick it on the smiley face's head to glue it on. I have some red filament left, so this is gonna be a surprise for the end, but I'm gonna use that red filament up just so I don't waste it, because I can't really reverse it out because there's not enough in there. So this is where you can kind of take that extra filament and do some fun things on the side. So my filament, I changed it, I changed the colors, and now I'm just gonna make those eyes using the template, just like I did the mouth. I'm gonna go ahead and fill in those eyes. That's just a choice, you can choose not to. You can see I'm just kind of squeezing it in there, and then I will go ahead and smooth it out. Again, using that filament as glue, so I give a little dab of filament and stick on the eyes. Okay, so now for the surprise. So that ring I was making, I'm actually gonna make my smiley face into a ring. So again, sticking some glue on the back, it's gonna support that ring a little bit to get it stuck, and then I kind of again weld like we talked about in that basics video. I use the filament as like a glue and weld that ring base on there, and really quickly it dries and I'm able to wear it as a ring.